Your goal is not in her.
Yo guys, Mystic here, and today we are going to be doing a Reaper run. As you can see, we have found him in Act 1 just after the hero fight, and he's coming with Guillotine and Harvest. Now, the Reaper, if you do not know what he does, he's a legendary balanced skull. When defeating an enemy, there is a certain chance to create a soul. When skulls are acquired, magic attacks increased permanently by 1%, and every time 50 and then 100 souls are acquired, these skills are enhanced, just like they would if you evolved, say, Common Thief. So Guillotine, it swings its scythe dealing magic damage, and then Harvest, you become invulnerable, swing its scythe dealing magic damage to the enemies in the front. These are not, they're not the worst abilities for Gold Reaper here. They're not the ones that we really want. I do want Sentence. That is possibly one of my favourite Reaper abilities. We'll get the swapping on him here. But he did get changed recently to where he actually now does his normal attacks with... his normal attacks are now magic, because a lot of people did not like that they changed it from the good old physical damage, because Reaper is... he is mainly a magic damage skull, as you can tell. I've also forgotten to go into our items, so we'll go into that. We've got the basic staff, the bow, the priestess rail, and the bottled embers. Here we are going to pick Prayer of Grace. We're not really going to go for skull rooms, so there's not really any point. We won't be doing too many swap-ins. We're mainly just going to focus on our items and our money. But there's no point in, I say this in most videos, no point in not upgrading any common skulls you have to the rare, if I can actually think, to the rare rarity, if that makes sense. There you go, we finally got one skull out of them all. Now Reaper, possibly one of my favourite legendary skulls. I was waiting for that to actually hit in there. He's very cool. He obviously looks absolutely amazing. His attacks just look the best. Mainly does a lot of damage. Now, to get the souls, you do want to try and finish people off with skills. That's mainly the best way I've found to be able to grant the skulls quickest. So we will be using our skills a lot more often than I would normally, but we're still just going to go for a good old tactics run. That's the whole point with any kind of magic guy. If you don't know what to run, just do a good old tactics, because it just makes literally every single magic user just so much better. And luckily we're not getting all the skills off here. We've not got the greatest with him, like I said. We've got Guillotine and Harvest, which are two kind of really focused, straight up targeting ones. Sentence is, like I said, possibly one of my favourites, just because you get that really good invulnerability with it, and you can just slide through a lot of enemies whilst doing it. And with Harvest there, you're not actually invincible, or you don't have any invulnerability frames. Even though it does says you are invulnerable, it does not really look like it. You're gonna come over here. Nope. Okay, there we go. The sword it's obviously literally not doing anything for Reaper, but we do have the good old insignia, and the more Carlane items we have for the insignia, the more gold we are going to get. So we're trying to mainly get these skulls, or these souls should I say, as quick as possible, just because his skills get a lot better when they get upgraded. And we now are on the Yggdrasil fight. We're going to swap out so we can get Reaper's swap in here. Now, the Yggdrasil fight should go pretty well. Obviously, Yggdrasil, the first boss, he's not really too hard. You can kind of just kill him at any point. Just need to dodge out of the way of that, and now it's just time to absolutely murk him. Because Reaper, his skills are mainly swing once or do a lot of damage in just one big burst instead of doing loads of little hits. You can't just doing all your damage like that. So if you can that's mainly why you kind of want to go for the good old just tactics route. Same with like something like Samurai, when you can go for madness, but if you just get some raw damage on him, he works out extremely well, especially when you get that full moon crit on him. That is what Reaper is like. Okay, we can get one more attack off and he should be dead. There you go, that was a very easy Yggdrasil fight. We only took, I think it was 1 or 2 hits from that. What we're going to get, we get Mage's Necklace. Honestly, not the worst. It does come with a little bit of sorcery, which is nice for Reaper. We're going to get a lot more skill cooldowns with him. But what we're really trying to find, the Ritual Staff, very good item. Anything like that. But Mage's Necklace, yeah, it will summon a few balls for us, but it's not really going to do too much. There you go, let's just use Harvest. We'll get the good old Lion, well, little Gust at the end. Can't really do too much of them right now. Whilst these maids are about, maids just the most annoying enemy in round 2 or act 2, especially the Lion Maids. Broken Mana Engine, very good item. It will literally just, if you don't know what it does, resets our skill, or increases our skill cooldown by 30%. And it also, when you dash, you can see them little kind of balls there. And we do have our 50 skulls or souls, so our skills have been upgraded. So we'll go take a look at them after this room here. Guillotine changed quite a bit. Harvest is possibly one of his best moves now when he gets upgraded to full. So now Harvest, it's got a 44-second cooldown, so you can see why I wanted some skill cooldown with him. So Guillotine is now, it's basically doing the exact same, except it's just doing more damage. Not really any difference whatsoever between the two. Succubus honestly is not a bad quintessence to find, and we are going to get, I mean, tactics, very nice. We'll take you, probably get rid of the bottled embers, and probably reroll one more time to see if we get anything. Nothing too much. I did pick up Berserker here just because he's, every time we swap in, if we use our good old shout ability, he's just going to increase our attack speed, and that still works for when you're swapping in with Reaper here. So let's use Harvest, and Harvest, it just melts the screen. That's like your big boss killer damage. Same with Guillotine, not a bad item, obviously not that great when he's just started out, but that's kind of with all your skills. Is Grim Reaper, you kind of just need to get him evolved as quick as possible. See, look, I even hit the big guy up here, and we didn't even, well, I didn't even know he was up there. So let's try and get all our skills. There we go, we're on 70 souls now, halfway there. Yeah, let's go Harvest again. And because of our skill cooldown, we're getting it much quicker. Normally Harvest is the one-time rune clear, but we can kind of just use it every now and again now, especially with the mana tech, which is very nice. We used Charm there, and you know what, swap in and hopefully, nah, he didn't give us a soul. That's fair enough. We'll swap out again into Berserker for the hero fight, get the Scream down, and we get the Fire Maid, or the Fire Witch, and good old trusty Paladin. He's not really going to do too much to Reaper here. Let's Harvest, just do tons of damage to you, and you know what, we might as well just kill him instantly. We'll Harvest again and break you, or Guillotine should I say. Man, we didn't even take any kind of damage. Do I want that? No, we'll honestly just destroy the Carlian armor. We're not going to keep it for long enough for us to make our money back on it, so I'm fine selling it for now. We're not going to be using it too often. Okay, let's just get the HP barrier. We will Harvest straight away and kill everything except the guys with the shield, because that's just how they work. And we're really, I don't know where we're Archer shooting there, really just trying to get these souls as quick as possible. Luckily we did get Reaper near the start of the game, or well, we did get him basically in the start, so we're going to be getting our souls much quicker than you usually would if you were playing Reaper, or if you found him later in the game it would be a little bit harder. You can just harvest it. You're almost guaranteed souls when you kill people with harvest. And you know what, I can't be arsed dealing with the maids, so we'll just succubus them. Why not? We are going to be getting just tons of money from this run. Obviously with bearing in mind that we're not getting any, well, jump up and actually get the top of the people on the screen there. Yeah, bearing in mind we're not going for skulls, like I said. We're already on 7 grand on Act 2 of the game, and normally I'm only on about 3 right now. So we can get some good rerolls, try and get some ceremonial dagger. Very, very good item. I think it's time to get rid of the standard issue bow. We will also get the hate stone, and I think we're going to swap that out for the bow. That was the sword, sorry, not the bow. We'll destroy both of them, go for another reroll. Nothing too much I want there. Neither is that. Depending, the clone stamps heart, which is not the greatest. We do get Master Fighter, and we will take that. I think we'll probably get rid of the Mage's necklace for it, and that should be all for now. We're doing much better with our items there. Master Fighter, one of the best boss killing items in the game, because if you didn't know or you didn't see what it did, it's just an extra 70% damage boost for if you are fighting 2 or less enemies. Obviously, when you're fighting a boss, there's normally only 1 enemy around. Unless you could say you're fighting the first stage of Joan, because you've got the enemies that spawn in, and the enemies at the side will go harvest, get just tons of souls from you. Now we can kind of, if we really wanted to, farm the souls here, but I'm not that guy. We'll wait for some people to spawn in before we do that. Okay, we're gonna have to take this Sundowny out, because he is gonna be really annoying me chucking all them things out on the screen. Okay, what we're gonna get, emergency bomb, not too useful for Reaper like we said. Physical build, we are not going for any kind of physical build. We are magic. Let's try and get these guys to actually group up a little bit, and there we go. You can get all these lots spawning. We should really be utilizing his swap just a little bit more, because his swap obviously does a lot of damage. As you can see, if we can jump up, but we do miss them all, which is very nice. Totally what I was meant to do, I've got to say. We will harvest here just because there's too many people on the screen not to harvest. And we're actually only 1 soul off now. You should... It did not give us it, so we're going to have to wait for these lot to spawn. And it still didn't give us it. You know what? There we go. The final 150 souls we have needed. So we will go and check out what our skills do now, if the room is cleared. Which it is, so now. At 150 souls, Guillotine, dealing magic damage. When a single target is struck by the Guillotine Blade, it does 44% more damage. Obviously for boss fights, it is extremely good. And now Harvest, it becomes invulnerable, swings its scythe, dealing magic damage to enemies in a wide area. That was like it always was. But now for each enemy struck with this skill, increases magic attack by 5% for 10 seconds. So in a boss clearing room, or a spawn room like we had in the one, if my brain can say words properly, like the spawn room we just had before us, you can see why Harvest, you'll be doing absolutely tons if you clear a room and then immediately go into the next one. You can just destroy literally everything. And we do have the sisters here. The sisters fight, like I say, most of the time quite hard for most people, but once you get used to it, it's much easier. You're actually going to get the double scream off. I did see a perfect time to use it, so I thought, why not? We are going to swap into Reaper here. Did not mean to use Harvest, I've got to say. It was meant to use Guillotine, and she dodged out the way of it. I can tell you right now, she did not mean to do that, but there you go. Let's just do all the damage to the sister, and we might as well just take her out there. But we are going to swap in just beforehand so we can get a little bit of damage off with Reaper's swap in. You can just walk away from this attack if you did not know. We'll swap in here, then we'll harvest. And look, his sister's already nearly dead, which is quite good. Guillotine doing lots more damage when you are fighting one person. And I thought, did we take a hit on that second sister's fight? I think we might have, but that was really quick. It literally could not have gone any quicker. I do not think so. Now, what are we going to get? Wind armor. Really not too useful for Reaper. He doesn't even fit. His scythe doesn't even fit in the elevator. He's that chunky. Okay, let's go into the third act here. Hopefully trying to get some better items. Hopefully we find some more tactics. We're only on 4. I mean, I say we're only on 4. 4 is quite good. And those alchemists actually survived, which I gotta say was not expecting, but fair play. I cannot say anything more. Succubus, really good charm. I feel like it's quite underrated. I feel like it does a lot more damage than it should, especially for a rare, that is. Okay, you know what, we'll harvest it and kill all of them. Okay, let's get all damage up, taking way too much damage from those two guys. Yeah, Guillotine, it's not my favourite ability with him. Even when it is leveled up, it's, you know what, it's okay. Could be that little bit better. Okay, we're gonna swipe up and just harvest here. Yeah, I know these other two guys will spawn in, but we'll probably just succubus and kill them. And I was correct. That guy's gonna be dead, so you know what? Let's just swap in and take him out with good old Berserker here. Are on the shop. Honestly, I think is Bomber probably. Yeah, Bomber's probably just a better swap in for Berserker. Warrior's Pauldron's very, very good defensive item. Is there anything I would be willing to sack off to get it? I think the Priestess's Veil, you know, it's done us enough good, but Warrior's Pauldron's very good item. Are you going to give us any more tactics? It does not look like it, so let's go back into a money room. And like I said, or like you should have known or noticed, I am going to be taking, if I can dodge out of the way of that, money rooms over skull rooms, but chest rooms always prioritize over money. Just in case you're wondering, I know when I first started playing out Skul, I did not know what I wanted to do first. But if you've say found this legendary at the very start, I'd always try and just get your chests up. If you want to go search for a secondary skull, be my guest. Give it a go, but that's just not how I like to play the game. But that's just me. You can easily do it if you really wanted to. It'll swap in there. These yellow guys, honestly, the most annoying enemy on this floor for me. That is it, Abyssal Virus. I think we could probably take, honestly, for the do we want to do it for the insignia? Yeah, the insignias, it's given us only 300 gold now, which is, yeah, it's somewhat of a decent amount, but okay, Harvester is just going to do so much for us. We've got the Necromancy with Abyssal Virus. Do we just kill every wave? Okay. I've got to say, was not expecting that. To kill every wave there. Every time this right, probably not. And I was correct there. We'll harvest, do tons of damage to you two. We'll try kill the priestess first. Didn't know, I always recommend going for, if there is any healers, get rid of the healers first, because that is where most of the annoyance is going to be. You know what? Let's just harvest him. We do get invulnerability frames, but we also just do like 90% of her health, so thank you very much. Rockstar, honestly. Bomber's good, but Rockstar's just that tiny bit better. He's a unique who can just hold his own now, so we found both our skulls. I don't need to get another one. I'm not too bothered about trying to find a different skull. And here, if you really wanted to, you can just let the environment take them out. I'm not really for that. I do not care about doing that. So what I'm going to do, swap into Reaper, and his swapping's just a bit too good. Okay, let's harvest, and that should kill just everything on the screen. Yeah, you can tell why harvest is kind of my favourite ability. You know what? Let's go. Just for you, the remaining one, I will take you out, and you give me Alchemist. Yeah, I shouldn't really have done that, but hey ho, who cares? Ricky Fury, not too bothered about. And honestly, at this point in time, we could start going for skull rooms opposed to normal money rooms right now if we really wanted to try and get Rockstar to legendary, which is an option. It can happen. If you're wondering why that enemy did not pop up in our harvest there, I am pretty sure it is because he is a he wasn't a mandatory enemy. He was obviously from one of the jars that we actually exploded. Let's just go put some bases down, just to make this a little bit easier if anyone tries to come up. Obviously Rockstar being a very good magic speed skull, probably one of the better ones. Great Warlock, he is very good, but I'd rather use Rockstar, to be honest. And we get Samurai in the shop. Okay, I am looking for some tactics items. Thieves Black Steel Dagger is very good. Is there anything I'd get rid of it for? We could get rid of our Prayer of Grace, but you know what? Yeah, Thieves Black Steel Dagger is just one of the better items in the game, so I am fine taking out a little bit of skill cooldown for that. That is fine with me. You know, let's just take out the Alchemist on the side here. These two should just die pretty quickly. I'm going to get Solar Sword. Even with the Harmony, I am not too bothered with it. I'm fine with just doing anything else. Okay, let's just take you guys out. Reaper's swapping, like I said, need to utilise it just that tad bit more. If we come down here, will everything actually spawn? It will. So you know what? I'd say that's a pretty good harvest attribute. Did we kill everything? We didn't. There's going to be a golem alive somewhere, isn't there? Come here. You deserve that. That's all you're getting. We'll do a cheeky swap out. Something else is alive. What have I done wrong? It's that little yellow bugger upstairs. Now, is that it? It should be, unless I'm actually just geeking out. Nope. And we get Jester. Okay. Now, what items are we looking for? Ritual Staff is probably the main one, because Reaper is a bound skull, so it will help him out even more with his skill cooldowns. It's basically just our Prayer of Grace that we lost, and a very good 50% magic damage bonus on top of Prayer of Grace. So you can tell why we kinda need it. If you don't get it, it's not an end or be all, but okay. Harvest, just one of my favourite abilities in the game. Okay, let's not take all the damage on the spikes. Yeah, Harvest, just one of my favourite abilities. Literally just kills the entire screen. And now we're on the good old Chimera fight. We could honestly get Rockstar 2 legendary if we find the right skulls. If you find another legendary skull, that will be Rockstar at the legendary variant. We'll drop all the amps here. And you know what? I know this is a Reaper video, but if we can get Rockstar's song, guys, or the band playing, we might as well. Let's do harvest, do tons of damage, and now it's literally just all about getting our skills back. Here, what you want to do, dodge into him, and alright, you want to dodge into the poison there, wait for him to jump, and do another dodge, and that is Chimera dead. Very quick Chimera fight. I think we only lost a tiny touch of health. Now we get the contaminated core. Not too useful for us, so we will just head on down into Act 4. Yes, here we are. What we're looking for, Nether Mana Suppressor. Very good item, will be very useful for us if we do find it. If we don't, which is the most probable thing that will happen, it will be really quite annoying if you don't, because you always seem to find Nether Mana Suppressor when you're never actually looking for it. Had that quite a lot of times happening to us. Same with the... Okay, I'm just utterly messing up my run here. I do forget these guys can teleport. Very annoying, these two enemies here. Even if you do knock them off the map, sometimes they'll literally just teleport back up. Okay, what we're going to get... Hunter's Boots. Come on, game, we're in Act 4. Give us something a little bit better. I would appreciate, yeah, Nether Mana Suppressor, a little bit of Infinite Bone. Some more tactics. Ritual Staff. The Harpy. Or, yeah, the Harpy Knight is actually really good. That places, I think, if we get a unique now, we should be able to get Rockstar. Yeah, if we get a unique or 2 reds, we should be able to get Rockstar to Legendary, in fact. Which is a very good thing. I'm going to just kill those guys. They don't actually die before they spawn things. That is... Okay, good to know. I thought he would honestly die there. But if not... Okay, let's go into the Skul room. Hopefully, like I said, can we get a good old Legendary or Unique? Unique will push us over the boundary to 100 skulls. So we would be able to get good old Rockstar to Legendary. We can do a little bit of swapping here just so we can kill these two up here. Taking just a little bit too much damage. The one problem with this floor, you do take increased damage, increased received damage if you do take too many hits. And if we do find the reroll NPC, I think we honestly could take her. Okay, Forbidden Sword, very good. Stun of the Air, we are going to take, even though it's going to be not too useful for us, and I think it's time. Yeah, Black Steel Dagger is good, but it's not really doing too much for us. We'll reroll once, and we get Doomsday. Now, we could go for an item room here, but honestly, we're basically guaranteed a rare from the Skul room here, so I will go and get our good old friend, the Rockstar, to Legendary. Now, he did get quite lucky on the... Yeah, we did get quite lucky with the skulls, to be fair, and the Harpy Knight. That is the only reason I'm trying to get this guy to Legendary. There you go, we've got all the health, but we're just doing so much damage right now, it's just unbelievable. There we go, we get the rare, we get Bomber. So now, when we have killed the hero fight, do also get the reroll NPC. Don't ask me why I used my harvest there, because I did not mean to. Okay, we get the 2 assassins. They should just pretty much die instantly. If they actually try to attack us, maybe that would be quite nice. We've got a bit of gold to spend. Hopefully we keep harvest and find something else. We get Fish with the Netherworld. Honestly, that is the one I kind of wanted. That's really good for us. Fish with the Netherworld, if you didn't know, basically opens that and you just do continuous damage over time. One of my favourite abilities. But right now with Reaper, yeah, we're not doing too much kind of skill damage. I mean, we are, but it's just taking quite a while for our skills to hop back in. We're gonna switch it up with Rockstar here before we actually go and fight the hero. And who are we fighting? Paladin I would take. Ah, the priest girl. Priest girl's not the worst enemy. I'd say either the archer or the ninja are possibly the worst ones we could get. I absolutely hate fighting good old warrior or ninja. Okay, yeah, that's quite annoying, but I am fine just going in with this and setting off the band if we can, or not. Okay, we'll summon you, get the netherworld gates open, actually try and push it back in if we can. If not, okay, we're just gonna have to drag this out as quick as possible. She is invulnerable here, which is extremely annoying, but it doesn't matter too much. Reaper's just gonna decimate this lady. And there we go. The priestess is down. Possibly one of the easier kind of fights we could have got, but yeah, it's fine. Now, do we take Banshee? I think we will take Banshee. Never really used Banshee too much, so I kind of want to show it off. Let's not forget to evolve Rockstar here. Still haven't done a Rockstar showcase yet. That will be happening later on. And he's, of course, he's got the fingers up. He's just a bit too cool. Good old Rockstar here. Okay, we're just gonna drop you, and now our damage is gonna become just that much higher. Very surprised that guy actually lived there. I was not expecting that. And we've got Big Donny over here, so let's fish of the netherworld. Yeah, unfortunately he moved past it, which is not the plan. We've got all the assassin stuck in there. I'm going to keep the band for Joe. We don't really need to use it right now. So let's just set up an amp. The swapping should deal some good amount of damage there. And there we go. Really just looking to get them final two tactics off. That's really what I'm looking for. We can just wait for these guys to all die to the netherworld ability. Second favourite only towards Harvest, because Harvest is just a bit too good, but that is fine with me. I ain't too bothered if Harvest is a broken ability. Okay, what we're going to get, unique princes, or metal box should I say, not useful for us, especially this late in the game. Yes, metal box, if you get it that tad bit earlier, well, I say tad bit earlier, if you get it at the start of the game with a physical run, it can work out quite well, but since we're doing a magic run with Reaper, it's not really the item we really wanted to see there. There you go, what we get is just some more money. We do get another chest room. If you do find a shop, it will be quite nice in fact, because we should be able to get just that little tad from okay, can you not do so much please? Are these guys gonna come after me and explode? Yes, maybe. I don't think that guy wanted to really. We are honestly just gonna harvest here. Let's just kill everything that spawns. Even got rid of the little thing that's stuck in or starts off. The invulnerability thing. I didn't know it actually got rid of that. Invulnerability ball, shall we call it then? I don't know the proper name. Okay, let's do it again. He'll swap in. I did think that'd go a little bit differently, but get that halfling girl. Halfling girl, really not bad for us right now, especially since we're on 69 HP. Get rid of the priest. Come here, halfling girl. Give us 100%, and I will be very happy. Give us 15, which is kind of just what always happens, so I'm just used to it by now. Okay, don't think anything else is going to spawn, so we should be all good here. We do get a shot, and there is something else alive somewhere. Where are you? Oh, it's a big guy. Looks like he can take a lot of damage from or any damage from our harvest, but it's probably because he had that invulnerability and I actually didn't know where it was. But that's fine by me. You've still got the shop here. Give us the ritual staff. That is all I'm looking for. How many times have we found Berserker this run? The answer is too many. Are you going to give us any kind of tactics? It really doesn't. Ritual staff, thank you very much. What do you need to sell? A 500 item. We could get rid of, you know what, Abyssal Virus is probably going to be the one we have to get rid of. But I don't think we've got enough, so now we have to be Abyssal Virus and the Broken Mana Engine. It's going to have to be the Broken Mana Engine as well. Didn't really want to get rid of you, but Ritual Staff is just very good. We also do have the, I know his name's not Susanoo, but because that's off Naruto, if you know what that is. That's just what I'm going to call him anyway, because I cannot pronounce his actual name. And that guy actually lives. I'm not expecting that too much. We'll swap into Rockstar here, get rid of these golds of Donnies, and we get King Slime. Very, very good item. Is there anything I wouldn't want him to dupe? Not really. The worst thing for us, probably the Warrior's Pauldrons. If he duplicates Ritual Staff, we'll be very happy. No, Hate Stone, that is fine, because that puts our tactics at 7. If you didn't know, at tactics 7 we get a 120% magic damage increase. From 6 to 7 we are getting an extra 45%, which is, if you didn't know, an absolute butt ton of damage. That's what that is. Mana Eater, yeah, I'm all good. We don't really need you. And of course there's just so many invulnerability rooms. That's kind of just what this room is. We'll harvest here, kill mostly everything. Obviously our souls aren't doing too much for us now, but that's fine. We got 378. I didn't expect us to have that many. Okay, they all just die. That it's just, the ability is just a bit too good there. And there you go, we are on the Joan fight. We're going to keep Rockstar's ability for Joan, and we'll keep him for the second phase of Joan. We'll just use our amps and our normals to try and get rid of the 2 pillars here. But this should be a good fight. We've still got to revive. We're going to have Master Fighter active. I don't think Joan really stands any kind of a chance, because our items are extremely good. Yeah, we could have some better ones. We could have the Nether Mana Suppressor, but hey ho, we've got our 7 tactics. That is all I wanted, so I am fine with what we have right now. The first pillar should be dead after these few attacks. Like I said, don't want to use my good old ability here, so you can always tell if you actually look at Joan's staff. She'll use 2 hands and kind of rip or smash the ground open, so you can tell when she's going to do her big wave attack like that. We will harvest when we get the chance, when she spawns in. So we'll harvest here, do a ton of damage, and now it's just time to absolutely go in with Rockstar. If she doesn't move around, get the band in, and now it's just all about doing some big damage to her. The bandits, they just did everything for us there. The band is Rockstar's just main component, his best component in my opinion. And we get, I'm going to keep calling him Susanoo, we get him anyway. Obviously legendary quintessence, he just does a fixed amount of damage. If I'm correct, I think it is around 1,500. It might be, it's most likely more than 1,500. That seems a little bit low, but he's still a very good quintessence, especially if you don't have any kind of physical or magic one. So I'd still recommend him. He's still a very good endgame legendary. But now we are on to the final things. Nothing in here that I do want to buy. We do have Doomsday and Gunpowder Sword for the second time. very good physical items, especially gunpowder sword. If you don't know what it does, it basically just creates a, well, every time you do a crit, it creates a physical explosion, and that explosion, if you get your physical damage up enough, which if you're doing a physical run will happen, it does a lot of damage. Works very well with thief armor and thieves black steel daggers, but what doesn't at this point, thieves black steel daggers being one of the best items in the game, in my opinion anyway. It can work on literally any run. It is a universally good item. If you can fit it in your run, why would you not? Okay, we're gonna try and not use Rockstar's ability here. I'm very surprised you lived. But we should be on the hero fight now. Got all our abilities. We will go over what we have real quick. So we have our Grim Reaper, we have his Fish of the Netherworld and Harvest ability. We have Legendary Rockstar with Climax and Amp. We have the Susanoo Legendary, which I know is wrong, but I'm not too bothered. We have the Carlane Staff, we have 2 Hate Stones, a Lunar Ring, Warrior's Pauldrons, Master Fighter, Sea Dagger, Stone of the Air, and Ritual Staff. So, let's get into this. We're going to swap out into Rockstar. Probably going to use... do we use try and use Rockstar's ability on this guy? No, we'll use him on the second phase, because that's the most troublesome. But right now, I'm going to go in for Susanoo here. Try and get this guy to just stay in where he is. We'll use all our skills. Yep, just jump right there and stay there for me. Just do loads of damage to yourself. I do appreciate it. Okay, here, literally just in the corner. There is only one place you can survive this attack, and it is literally in the opposite corner to where he's facing. If you were in this corner over here, you will die instantly. You will just take way too much damage. Okay, we'll use Fisher of the Netherworld. And there we go. First stage is down. We will use Harvest and then swap into our second phase, or our second Skul with good old Rockstar here, and just try and get the amp or the band nice and built up. This... oh, I don't know why it's not spawning in here, but there we go. It took its sweet time, but band just doing so much for us. And we're on the final phase. We should, but I mean, we're not likely to lose this unless we take absolutely tons of damage. But we should be able to finish it off with Reaper here. Want to try and finish it off with Harvest if I can. So make him take a bit of damage in here. Don't know how much Harvest is going to do, but this should kill him. And there we go, we have the Legendary Reaper run completed. Okay, so that was the Legendary Reaper run. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.